Hey guys, welcome back.
It's more water levels, I guess.
Yay!
I'm just trying to go through them as fast as I can, like Sonic would.
I hope we don't start drowning.
There are some drowning sections.
It sucks so
Oh,
much.
this guy.
Oh, this guy's a meanie.
He's sort of a mini-boss.
Kind of, yeah.
We see him again in the final battle.
Yes.
Can I not?
I don't know, you're just gonna have to try.
There.
There we go.
Gotta go fast.
So
No.
yeah, so there are... I feel like there are better games, but...
Then what?
Than 7.
Oh, definitely.
In the Final Fantasy series. Square got better at making games, and I feel like I think they've kind of gone backwards with a lot of the more recent Final Fantasy games. Looking at you, 13.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
So they got better, but then they got bad. So yeah, we did not enjoy Final Fantasy 13 like at all.
It was alright, I guess.
See, the interesting thing is that, you know, before we'd been huge Final Fantasy fans. You know, we have 10 on our channel that we're playing right now for, what, the third, fourth, fifth time? I can't even remember how many times we've played Final Fantasy X. Definitely a really good game.
Would you say 10 is your favorite?
No, I would not say 10 is my favorite.
Is 9 your favorite?
My 9 is definitely my favorite. I feel like it's more of the classic Final Fantasy. I like to split Final Fantasy into eras. So there's the old era, which you have Final Fantasies original through like 6, you know, the 2D era.
Yeah.
I feel that when 7 came out, that started the 3D era. So it's like the middle era. And then there's the modern era that started with 10.
Yeah, even though it's not like 4D, like it's still 3D, but it's
Right.
Something changed.
Yeah, something definitely changed. And I feel like of the middle era, which would consist of 7, 8, and 9, 9 is my favorite. In fact, I would actually say that the reverse order is probably how I prefer my middle era games, which is 9, 8, 7. But 10 of the more modern era is probably my favorite. I was not super into 12. And I'm not counting MMOs. I'm not counting 11.
Well,
I'm not
MMOs
counting 14.
they're not developed in the same way. It's hard to compare them.
Even though they're technically numbered Final Fantasies, I'm not counting them. So I liked 10 a lot. I liked 12. You know, it was different, but I didn't hate it.
No.
13 I disliked. And I was actually so jazzed for 13. It's one of the reasons why we got a PS3. It was literally just for 13. We imported it from Japan before it even came out in the United States.
Yeah, we have the Japanese version.
We have the Japanese version. And
why am I not going?
So I
was pushing the button and it wasn't doing the speeding thing.
Yeah. We have the Japanese version. I paid over $100 to import it directly from Japan, basically the day it came out. And then that's what we got. And it was the worst. I actually can't say that we've played a game since 13.
We played 14.
No, I'm talking about unnumbered, not like MMO.
Well, we've gone back and played games.
We have gone back and played games, but we didn't play, what is it, Final Fantasy 13-2. We didn't play Lightning Returns.
The 13-2 supposedly is Pokemon. Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
get
what I've been
monsters and
hearing.
you raise them.
I don't know.
It makes me want to play it, and a lot of people who didn't like 13 said they really liked 13-2.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I've been burned.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. When 13 was announced, we were like, we need a PS3. Got a PS3. And then like a year and a half or 2 years later, Final Fantasy 13 finally came out.
Mm-hmm.
We have not purchased a PS4. And Final Fantasy 15 looks good. Like,
I will be waiting for reviews.
we will be waiting. It's going to be one of the first times where we're actually not giving Square the benefit of the doubt on anything.
I can't anymore.
It's just, I can't justify it. I can't justify going out and spending, you know, what, $400, almost $500 on a console to play a $60 game that I very well could hate.
It's definitely a possibility.
It is definitely a possibility, and before, it's like I would never have said that. When 10 came out, tell me, you know, there's gonna be Final Fantasies that you hate, and I'm like, what? I don't believe you. Whatever. But no, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy is not a franchise, and Square is not a developer who can really just come out with anything anymore. They actually have to redeem themselves.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people feel that way.
And you mentioned that we played 14,
Mm-hmm.
and we did, and 14,
It's great.
the second iteration of 14, was a good game.
Yeah.
And in fact, I've actually been kind of itching to play it
I
again.
kind of want to play too.
Um,
You want to join Jared's free company?
that would actually probably be pretty freaking fun. But I don't know. When are we gonna have time to play? You know?
Yeah.
But I actually beta tested for Final Fantasy 14 version 1.0,
Mm-hmm.
and it was the worst thing ever. It was the worst MMO I've ever played. And I played Final Fantasy 11.
Yeah.
I played Final Fantasy 11 for a really long time.
It's not a bad MMO. It's just, it was from a time before they had gotten the formula. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Are you damaged?
I am damaged. But, so Final Fantasy 11 I can forgive. Because at the time, it was like, you know, you have to remember, Final Fantasy 11 came out before World of Warcraft. So there was no WoW. I mean, it was basically Final Fantasy XI and like Dark Ages of Camelot and EverQuest, the original EverQuest. That's the MMO landscape when Final Fantasy XI came out. So I really enjoyed playing it. It was my first MMO, I got to admit. I never played EverQuest or Dark Ages of Camelot. Which seemed to be like the other like huge MMOs. And so I didn't know about playing solo. Like that was just not a thing that you did in Final Fantasy XI. It was not possible to do.
No, you couldn't. You'd be destroyed by anything.
Literally, like bunnies. Like you could be like level 30, level 5 bunny will murder your face off.
That was a thing in the EverQuest series too.
Oh, was it?
Small creatures will destroy you.
Oh, okay. I'd have to ask Preox about that.
You could ask Travel. I think she said something to that effect before.
Okay.
I try to remember what you say, Travel. I'm sorry.
So, I mean, like, when World of Warcraft came out, it was very, very different. It was, you know, you could solo. You didn't have to play in a group. There were groups available, but, you know, it was not something that you absolutely had to do. So, it was different in that respect. In contrast, Final Fantasy XIV came out several years after World of Warcraft. So there was plenty of time for Square to learn from Warcraft, learn what MMO players like, because it was niche before. When Final Fantasy XI was out, it was niche. I remember...
Oh, okay. I'm dead now.
That was funny. I remember when Final Fantasy XI had this huge fanfare. They were like celebrating. They were so happy when they had 250,000 concurrent subscribers. That was across all servers. They had 250k paying people for their game.
Well, that was a big deal back then.
That was a huge deal. I think it actually made it one of the largest MMOs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then Warcraft came in with their 10 million, subscribers and all that stuff. So, it definitely changed. Warcraft is a huge deal. So, I mean, that's...
Oh, you have to jump apparently or something. They dropped like instantly.
Yeah. I mean, that was the landscape when Final Fantasy XIV was coming out. Warcraft was a thing. It's not like it was some game off in the future like it was with 11. Yeah, so they messed up, and they messed up bad. Mm-hmm. Everybody hated it.
A Realm Reborn, though.
A Realm Reborn, which is Final Fantasy XIV version 2.0. It's not literally version 2.0. I'm using that in a figurative sense. Because I think they actually had a version 2.0 for Final Fantasy XIV. But yeah, it was actually really, really good. I enjoyed the combat system. I enjoyed the class system. I enjoyed just about the crafting system. Oh my god. I actually think
I really liked that almost more than combat.
Yeah. I actually think that that it's probably, besides old school, so vanilla WoW, I think it's actually one of the best MMOs that I've played. It was really, really good, and I was very, very happy with it. And yeah, I've been kind of itching for an MMO again, and Final Fantasy XIV has been catching my eye. A lot more people have been talking about it. They had a recent expansion pack come out. I think that's the only reason why I would hesitate to play it again, is because I don't really want to buy an expansion pack. Because I don't know if you have to buy the expansion pack in order to play.
I don't think you do. You just don't have the features.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's something that we could do. We totally
I'd be
check
down
it
to
out.
play. I played, I played White Mage, but I found a lot of the time I was playing Black Mage.
Yeah. I played Paladin. But that's because I was like, oh, I want to level and like experience like this stuff like really quick. So I played Paladin. My slow down, savor it character is my Dragoon. Mm-hmm. Because Dragoon is my favorite class in all of Final Fantasy.
Yep.
And I was really, really enjoying playing Dragoon. So I was like, I want to take it slow. I want to enjoy it. And I never finished. Nope. I never finished the story. I really wish I would have.
I've noticed that 14 really supports the sort of sit back and enjoy it style of playing. Like World of Warcraft, some people, like I know Holly Conrad, she does that, like, where you just play at your own pace and have fun and do whatever. But for some reason, like 95% of players race to max level.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's where the game begins, and I so disagree.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I'm not really sure why people do it, but
if they're only interested in like raids or whatever, then it makes sense that they would do that, but then they make the claim that the stuff before it didn't matter.
Right, yeah. And I think it's because they don't see it as challenging.
Well, it would be challenging if you didn't overlevel.
Yeah. And see, that was one of my gripes with more modern WoW versions, because I'm a vanilla player. I started playing the game before Dire Maul was released.
I started playing shortly after you.
Yeah. I mean, for instance, Warcraft was so incredibly successful, I could not find a copy of World of Warcraft because they did not make enough copies of the game.
No, they oversold.
They had no idea. Blizzard had no idea how popular it was going to be. It was sold out everywhere. I literally had to drive 2.5 hours to get a copy of WoW.
Yep.
On release day. And I did, and I got it, and I played, and I started playing a hunter on Bloodhoof. That was my first server.
Does Bloodhoof exist anymore?
I think so.
Bloodhoof. Do they have like server consolidation?
They have done lots and lots of server consolidations throughout the years, but I do believe Bloodhoof is still around. I think it was a receptor of consolidation and not a server that was consolidated.
Oh, I see. What is happening? Oh, I guess I'm going back onto the ship.
Yeah, going back on the ship. This episode's gonna run long.
That's alright.
But let's check.
I don't mind. It means that there are fewer episodes and I can get back to being a bear.
Mm-hmm. Because you're still,
I'm still Sonic in freaking Minecraft.
Yeah. So, okay, so here we go. Bloodhoof server, US. Let's see here. Oh, it's in a battle group. It looks like it's still around.
Yeah.
Has been online since 11/23/2004.
Jeez. That was a long time ago.
It was a very long time ago. Oh, this
Where is he?
This might not be around anymore because this page was last updated on 10/31/2011.
Oh, I see.
So, either way.
I apparently went past him.
Get him! Aww. Oh, you dead now.
Well, where do I get another drill dude?
I have no idea.
Over here? No?
Nope. And there's no marker anymore either, so...
Oh, do you think I get him from these? No.
Maybe you have to kill a specific one. I'd just start killing them, see what happens. That's a pretty good way to kill them all pretty quickly.
I think I need air. This is the longest this boss has taken me ever.
Yep.
There, did that hurt
good
him?
hit. Yeah, it seems like you're gonna have to hit him again.
There.
Oh yeah. There we go. Bear wins.
I win everything. I'm the best. Give me them ringoos. Oh dang, he exploded.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm so fast.
Alrighty. So we're gonna end it here and we're gonna start the next episode.
Oh, I S-ranked.
Oh yeah! S rank!
Even though it took me so long.
Bust that S open, see what
If it
see
doesn't
what you can
end.
get. You can do it.
Is
Oh,
it?
you got a ring.
I can't get it.
Alright. See you guys.
Bye.